Is this Gibson Les Paul Supreme fake or is it real? Let's find out. Boom! Hello and welcome to another episode of Is It Real or Is It Fake? I'm Dan, I'm the Guitar Hustler, and I came across this walking into a pawn shop. I knew the guys, and they said, check out what we got up on the wall. So I saw it was behind the counter. Of course, you know, Les Paul Supreme, $4,000 guitar. You know, you're thinking, oh, that's pretty nice. I kind of spotted what it was immediately, but I didn't say anything. But anyway, they had this $3,375, which sounds like a pretty good deal. But the story that went along with it was the customer came in to the pawn shop and claiming that this was a fake guitar, and he wanted $400 for it, which for a fake Chinese made, well made, that's $400 is not too bad, I guess. But they ended up giving him $300 for it. Well, they did their own research on it and decided it was real. They put the serial number in and it shows as legit, which in China, I guess they can't find out if a number is real or copy one off of eBay or Reverb and actually print it on the back there. But that's one thing sometimes you got to check. Sometimes there's some kind of weird bogus number on there. Well, used to, the Chinese fakes would have 3 screws in the truss rod, and they couldn't seem to get together and do the 2-screw thing. Well, this one has 2 screws in it. It checked another box for them. So they went, oh wow, this is an actual Gibson Les Paul Supreme. And then they looked at pictures and everything, and it all looks legit. They didn't notice the screw size on here was too large and that wasn't right, or you know, which can be changed or something like that. But they didn't notice certain things. It's got Grover tuners on it, and some Gibsons have Grover tuners on it, or maybe they were changed into Grover tuners. But anyway, they decided it was real and went ahead and put that $3,375 price tag on it without doing anything else. So what I'm here to do is to tell you what else to look for, because the Chinese made counterfeits are getting better and better. This is one of the better ones I've seen. But is it really fake? Or is it real? That's the whole thing. Could I be wrong? Could I lift up this truss rod cover and look up under there and see that there's not that little brass nut on it? Because that is 100% of all Gibsons have that. So they did not do that. Well, there's no cavity to look at the pots, so I can't check that. They didn't do that. Of course, you're not going to pull these pots out because you got to go out through the pickups just to check them to see if they have the right pots on them, because the knobs are correct. Then the only thing you can do after that is maybe look up under the pickups and see what those pickups are. We got to know. You know, you're talking about $4,000 compared to $400 ordering a new one from China that's fake, and it getting here and making it through customs and not getting confiscated and all that. But at the same time, you know, that's pretty close. The body shape, pretty close. To me, it's a hair off. My eyeball caught it when I saw it. I was going, Chinese fake. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Look at the serial number's correct. The font Doesn't look right to me, but gotta give it benefit of the doubt. I could be wrong this time. Maybe that they thought they really scored, and they went, oh, we did our research and this thing is real. And not only that, they had another guy local for the town. I'll tell you the town, it was Tulsa, Oklahoma, but they had another guy locally there. He goes, come on by and check this thing out. This guy said it was fake. And he looked at it, he goes, no, it's real, it's real. And where this guy works is a guitar place, and they do vintage guitars, and they got a whole bunch of them, and the store's huge. And I go in there all the time, and I know him. And he said it was real. Now, there are times when they just don't want to tell the pawnbroker. Maybe they're friends and they don't want to break their heart when they were already high-fiving each other that they got a $4,000 guitar for $300. But, you know, that could be it. I don't know. I'm going to go talk to him. I'm going to say, what'd you tell them? I thought it was fake. But anyway, I'm about to prove whether or not it is real or fake. I mean, that slant is off. It is just enough to where I can notice it. But I could be, and then again, I could be wrong. I might be wrong this time. I don't know. I do know, but hey, I think it's fake. I'm just going to say it right out. I think this sumbitch is fake as hell. And just the headstock shape isn't right. It isn't exactly like, I don't see the wings on, I mean, nothing on here seems right. The shape of the body's off. I don't know why they can't make them perfect. But even if this comes out of the Epiphone factory, you know, Epiphones are really close. The thickness of the body, they got right. It is solid. It's not built exactly the same way as the Supremes. The fit and finish, very, very good. It's poly. Now, one way to tell, this is claiming to be an 05, and that binding's still really white. It hasn't darkened at all. Still looks like it is. Somebody could have put the wrong hardware on there. Let's just say I've lost my mind, and let's start anew. Let's start at the beginning. Usually the Grovers, yeah, see, there's some pitting on the Grovers. See, these aren't even real Grovers. But then again, somebody could have took some fake Grovers and put them on the actual Gibson Les Paul Supreme, which I wouldn't do. But this being an 05, coming up on 20 years, I don't know. We're going to have to really study this one because this one's a little puzzler. But let's get after it. I will slowly take this thing apart and we will check it out. And I will show you what to look for on this Gibson Les Paul Supreme counterfeit. But I could be wrong. Let's do this. Okay, first thing we check, of course, is this. Let's lift up the truss rod cover. And let me take this, so you can see, looks like I'm going to have to take this outside to get a better shot. There is no brass nut down in there, but I do not have enough light to show that. Let me take it outside. Okay, if you look down in that hole, you can see it takes an Allen wrench. Boy, it's hard to see because it's way down in there. That is absolutely incorrect. So that makes this a 150% fake. That's one thing you look at right away. If it's got that kind of truss rod in it, it is not real. It is a fake. I will flash a picture of what the actual nut is supposed to look like. But this is what adjusts the truss rod. On this guitar, this is wrong. The tool that adjusts a Gibson is that right there. That is a Gibson truss rod adjuster. It has a hex head on it that adjusts the truss rod like this. Well, and it's brass. So if you don't see that when you remove that, because you can see it right away, sometimes it's tucked a little bit under the nut, but most of the time it's not. You know, they have changed techniques here and there over the years, but most of the time you'll see that nut, that brass nut right away, and it's very easy to tighten. This one has just a regular old Allen wrench truss rod. This is what tightens and loosens it to keep the neck straight. This one works because the neck is straight, but other than that, this is one way to tell that this thing's a fake. Also, if you look real close at that logo there, it doesn't really say Supreme, it says Suprome. S-U-P-R-O-M-E. So they don't do cursive very well over there in China. Another way to tell. Also, that logo's a little off. Next way to tell is those are Epiphone stamped pickups. Huh. Both of these are. Let's see if I can get the light just right on that so you can see. These are Epiphone pickups. You can see the Epiphone's actually stamped right in the middle of that pickup, right above that sticker. And that one you can see much better, right in the middle. It says Epiphone. Even though these are decent pickups, they're not bad, but they are Epiphone pickups. These are awfully rusty too. And there's a close-up of the bridge. As you can see, that isn't correct. And down in the body of it, that's just a mess there. Good grief. Not even close. You can't even see the talon or nothing. Good grief. The top of this thing is just a print. As you can see, there's no sign that that top has any thickness. This is a 100% a print. That flame maple is fake. It's a piece of paper that's been glossed over with polyurethane. But that is just pitiful. Oh, good grief. I mean, come on. Can you not do a better job than that? That is horrifying right there. Look at that. Look at how they routed that. Good grief. They just went to town. They didn't care if it was even close. Good grief. Yeah, that's another way to tell. It's got Epiphone pickups in it. Big sign that this is not a Gibson. Plus those inlays aren't real. Those are faux pearloid. Many things. Now, let's discuss the serial number. Wrong font. It's a little too big for an 05. And it was stamped in there through a stamping machine which turned the polyurethane white. You won't hardly ever see any white. Usually it's darker on an actual Gibson, or black from stamping it, because if you stamp lacquer it does not turn white like this. So, and they pre-stamp them anyway into the wood. This was done post poly, probably with a little heat too, and what it does is it turns that serial number white, as you can see. Can't really deny the fact that she's a pretty one. Too bad it's fake. It's a well-made fake though. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Tap the notification bell. Leave comments below if you have anything. If I left something out, please point that out. It's not a bad player, so I give it about a C+ maybe. I mean, it's not bad. It is a fake though. Anyway.